Hey everyone, welcome back to Cells to Cell. My name is Heem, this is Nick, and we're doing another Trivia Tuesday. So continuing on from our last week's quiz, we got questions 16 through 30 today.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get it started.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this again. All right, ready, Heem? First question for you.
Yeah.
Which of the following terms describes a hollow ball of about 150 cells which have not yet decided what they will be? Is it A, an oocyte, B, a zygote, C, blastocyte, or blastocyst? Blastocyte, is that a typo?
Yeah, I don't know.
I might be crazy. Or a somatic?
150 hollow ball. I honestly want to say zygote, so I'm gonna go with zygote.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna be zygote.
Or oocyte.
All right, what's your final answer?
Zygote.
Zygote. All right, it is a
it's
blastocyst.
Okay.
So
what is that?
it's the hollow ball that's 150 cells. Oh, no, I'm kidding. No, I think it comes after an oocyte, or it becomes. So I think it comes after a zygote. So like zygote is like sperm and egg, just those two cells combining into one to give the full complement of DNA, and then blastocyte is kind of what forms after what about 150 cells would be. What's two fold? I don't know.
Two to the end.
It'd be to the end something. So that's what a blastocyte is. It's like after the zygote, it'd be the next thing, the two to the end. So
Okay.
All right, next question.
Which of the following is not true about somatic cells? They have a complete set of chromosomes. They have chromosomes which come in pairs. Skin cells and liver cells would be examples. Sperm cells and egg cells would be examples.
D.
Sperm cells and egg cells. Yeah, those are
gametes.
okay.
So they have half. So they would have 23 chromosomes. Or it's one. Whatever. It's one N.
Yeah,
so it's one
N.
of each.
Yeah.
It's half of each chromosome. Okay. So, Heem, a blastocyst has a blank, which will become placenta, and blank, which will become the rest of the embryo. So the blastocyte has one part that will become a placenta, that will become the placenta, and it has one part that will become the embryo. Okay? So would that be the inner cell mass becoming the placenta and the trophoblast becoming the embryo? Would be the trophoblast becoming the placenta, or the artificial twinning becoming the embryo? Would it be the trophoblast becoming the placenta and an inner cell mass becoming an embryo, or will it be a somatic cell becoming the placenta and an enucleated oocyte becoming the rest of the embryo?
I want to go with C. The trophoblast becomes the placenta, and the inner cell mass becomes the embryo. So the inner cell mass becomes you as a person.
All right, let's see. Yep, that's right. Man, I feel like I should have, coming into this RGME program, I feel like I should have taken some developmental bio, but,
So they actually have a development in bio class, but it's actually developmental bio about some animals, not about humans.
Well, but we're all kind of, mammals kind of come from in the same form. Like they will study,
Okay.
I believe they studied dolphin embryos at one point.
All right.
Fun fact.
When an oocyte is enucleated, a skin cell is fused with an egg, a nucleus removed from somatic cell, a nucleus is removed from an oocyte, or a sperm cell fertilizes an egg cell. So when an oocyte is enucleated.
See, this is, again, where I wish I had a little bit more developmental and understood a little bit more of the vocabulary that goes into it. But I'm going to take a stab. I'm going to go with...
I actually don't know this at all.
Oh, I don't know. I think... enucleated. So, like, that word to me...
Does that mean...
I'm thinking, like, going, like, with other words that sound like evaded. So, like, if you evade something, like, you're getting away from it. Like, it's being taken away. So, I want to say that the nucleus is being removed from an oocyte.
Okay.
But that could be very wrong.
That is correct. So it's C. A nucleus is removed from an oocyte.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That was a great guess. All right. So, Heme, for you. SCNT stands for what? Somatic cell nuclear transfer, somatic cell natural transcription, somatic cell nerve transfer, or skin cell nuclear translation.
A. Somatic cell nuclear transfer.
Yeah.
That's the only one that sounds familiar.
Yeah. I don't even think that the other ones would necessarily make sense, but
Yeah.
all right, next one. Question 21.
When a somatic cell is transferred into an enucleated oocyte during SCNT, the combined cells must be fertilized so they begin mitosis. True, otherwise sure why not. False, somatic cells are not enucleated, not oocytes. False, the combined cells must begin meiosis, not mitosis. False, the combined cells must be shocked to begin mitosis. What?
I'm going to go with D because that's the only answer that makes sense in my mind. Because C, false, the combined cells must begin meiosis and not mitosis. Meiosis is creation of gametes, so an oocyte would never go backwards. Well.
So when a somatic cell is transferred into an enucleated oocyte, the combined cells must be fertilized. I don't know.
Well, the question says that they begin mitosis, so
Do they begin mitosis is the question, yes or no?
I know. The combined cells must be fertilized so that they begin.
But the thing is,
But
if a somatic cell is being transferred to an oocyte, that means it's turning into a sex cell, right? Or like a something that does meiosis.
Yeah, the combined cells must be fertilized.
So honestly, it might be C.
I think it's C. Okay. I don't know. That's a tough question.
It's D.
So the combined cells must be shocked to begin mitosis. Which
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I know that in the lab sometimes people use something called electroporation or electroproliferation, where you shock the cells for a second and it allows like certain DNA capsid that like you want to like introduce genes, like it opens the pores for long enough for some of that DNA to sneak into the cell.
Interesting.
But I've never heard it in the sense of
I never knew
shocking an oocyte into mitosis. But hey, again, we're doing these to show that we don't know everything, because we really don't. And we're using these quizzes to learn a little bit. So,
yeah, for sure.
All right, Keen. Which of the following terms describes the potential of zygotes? Is it A, totipotent, B, pluripotent, C, multipotent, or D, omnipotent?
Totipotent.
Omnipotent, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, that's correct. Totipotent's correct.
Totipotent's correct. You're going to get a hard one, let me guess.
Yeah, no.
Okay, which of the following terms describes the potential of the inner cell mass from the blastocyst? Toti, pluri, multi, omni.
I'm going to go pluri. Maybe is this a trick question?
I thought it was toti.
No, it's pluri. That would have been a good question.
So what's the difference? So zygotes can do toti, but blastocysts have been, I guess, a bit more differentiated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
Pluri.
Yep.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, question 24. Why are bone marrow cells good examples of adult stem cells? This is up our alley. They aren't. A, they aren't. Bone marrow cells are embryonic stem cells. B, bone marrow cells are multipotent and can only become red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. C, bone marrow cells have the potential to become every type of cell in the body. Or D, bone marrow cells are only found in humans 18 and over.
I want to say B.
Yeah. B is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was... I
had the answer first.
I think that's the only one that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Cells which have decided what type they are going to be are called adult stem cells, differentiated, undifferentiated, pluripotent.
B, differentiated.
Yeah, I would also say that.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I think adult stem cells is a little too broad to say that. And adult stem cells can still be multipotent.
True.
So, all right. Which of the following is true about reproductive and therapeutic cloning? Here we go. Here's a hard one for you.
No.
A, reproductive involves SCNT, whereas therapeutic involves artificial twinning. B, neither involves destroying a blastocyst. C, both involve SCNT up to the blastocyst stage. Or D, reproductive cloning produces embryonic stem cells, while therapeutic cloning produces adult stem cells. So which of the following is true about reproductive and therapeutic cloning?
A has it backwards, I feel. Reproductive cloning produces embryonic stem cells, while therapeutic. I think I'd go with D.
Going with D?
I think so.
I honestly have no idea.
I also don't know.
It's C. Both involve SCNT up to the blastocyst stage. So
somatic cell nuclear transfer happens in both.
Yeah.
Up to blastocyst. Okay.
Interesting. That's wild.
We're gonna have to go over this whole thing in another episode.
Yeah,
what
we'll have to go
cloning
and
somatic cell.
Yeah, somatic cell. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know if I've heard of that, and I've taken a decent amount of genetics. So okay.
Embryonic stem cells can differentiate into what kind of cells? Only cells of the brain, only specialized blood cells, only cells derived from tissues, all types of specialized cells in the body.
I'm gonna go with the D. All types of specialized cells in the body. They are
true.
Toady or pluripotent. Well, there's a picture on this one. Oh, well, this is more of a general question.
Okay.
But what is the role of stem cells in the body? Is it A, to fight against infection? B, provide specialized roles in the body? C, use for fertility treatment? Or D, they produce new specialized cells in the body and replace old cells that are used up? D.
Has to be.
Now, I do want to say that A does kind of work because MSCs or mesenchymal stem cells or medicinal signaling cells can fight infection. They are able to sense microenvironments and help fight foreign invaders such as bacteria, which is a fun fact.
Second to last question. What are adult stem cells? Differentiated cell thought to be found among other differentiated cells in a tissue or organ. Undifferentiated cell found among differentiated cells in a tissue or organ. They're the same as embryonic stem cells, or are they an undifferentiated cell found among other differentiated cells in an organism? The difference between B and D is one's organisms, one's tissue or organ. This is an interesting one. It goes a little bit in the...
So it's not A or C. It's between B and D. The reason I'm leaning more towards B because I feel like we know that we have MSCs and they're in a bunch of different organs and tissues, and they all... It's like hypothesized that they slightly differ based on where they are. So I'm going to go with B.
I would agree with you. That's right.
It's B.
Nice.
Sweet. All right, and the final question,
Okay, there we go. We'll find out the truth.
All right, a blastocyst is A type of stem cell, B, a very early stage embryo, C, part of the blood system, or D, a type of brain cell.
Okay, the options were a bit easy.
Yeah.
But it's B, a very, very early stage embryo. I know at least that.
Yes. All right. Well, hey, that was a good. I feel like that was a good portion of the quiz. I really do. I think that there were a couple questions that kind of stumped us and got us thinking, and there was, some easy layups for us, but that's okay. As all tests are, there are going to be some easy questions. There are going to be some really hard questions. So, you got anything else for today, Heem?
No, that's all.
No, all right. Well, this has been Cells to Cell. I'm Nick. That's Heem, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.